programmee. And if you're not on an African-centered program where you're constantly reprogramming yourself, then you are still under the program of someone else. And it's not going to be an African-centered program. You hear what I'm saying? It's going to be a Eurocentric program. What are they making you do? The ones that are programming. How are they making you do it? I don't know. How much of it that they make you do is preventable? You can only get this if you understand you're on a program. How much of it do you enjoy? Are you now addicted to any aspects of their control? And if so, how much? When you deal with the 10 virtues of Maya, it helps you challenge those things. If you're not controlling your thoughts, who is? This slide is going slower than I want to, but it's getting a point across. When you have control over your thoughts, you have control over your life. When you deal with the 10 virtues of Maya, the first one says, I will control my thoughts. Followed by, I will control my actions. Third, I will have devotion to purpose. If you can do nothing but those three, you'll be ahead of the game. To whom and what are you devoted to? Whom does this devotion benefit? Steadfastness. The focus of purpose determines what's going to come out. And when you have creativity without purpose, you end up with strip club rap music. When you have all this talent, all this creativity, but the focus is jacked up. The purpose is messed up. These slides roll through each one of the 10 virtues. I want to get to the end of this, if I can, please, just to highlight, because I'm assuming that you're commenting. I made some assumptions before I came here that since you were dealing with Dr. Kyle, you guys weren't done. I will cultivate the ability to distinguish between right and wrong. That's the last of the 10 virtues that we should read every night before we go to bed. Study to show thyself approved, a workman who need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. If something is true, why does it need to be rightly divided? Is not the truth whole? Is not the truth utterly consistent? There's such a thing called a political truth, family. I use the example of Vampire in Brooklyn to get my point across. If I can pull that up. You said, what else, sir? Was it? I didn't know that, but I do want you to check this out. Oh, yeah, it's a very good movie. Very, very good movie. It's got a piece in it that teaches us something about ourselves. If I can find this piece. There we go. Now, I don't know if y'all can hear this, but you don't need it. Have y'all seen this movie before? Vampire in Brooklyn? Okay, now, the vampire has taken over the preacher. And as you know, Eddie Murphy's a fool. So he's going to get his point over through comedy. So since he's the vampire hiding the preacher, when he go into church and see the white Jesus and the cross, subliminal white supremacy messages nonetheless, he burns up. So he says, let's everybody go outside. Now this woman is looking for guidance. She's looking for help, played by Angela Bassett. She's running to the preacher for the help. But the preacher's running game because he has the spirit of a vampire in him. Now he don't want to talk about Jesus today. He don't want to talk about Jesus this evening. Two sides to every story. Now you telling the truth now. Talking about necessary evil. Now, I'm going to stop that there because I don't want to laugh too hard. Now, yeah.
You start telling people business?
Yeah, you start telling people business. Okay? Yeah. Now, I had to do that to y'all, not because I hate you, but because I had to do that to you for this reason. Sometimes something can be true. And if you're dealing with post-consciousness disorder, there's a greater focus on what they view as true than what's appropriate. Also, the truth is not rightly divided, you will create more confusion. Because content without context is pretext. And pretext promotes confusion. Divine-minded and righteous individuals should not be the authors of confusion. What you see today amongst people who claim to be conscious is a whole bunch of confusion. Because the truth is not being rightly divided. You end up with what they had in Vampire in Brooklyn, where he's talking about since evil is necessary, that evil must be good. And then he gets the people in a call and response to repeat after him to say evil is good. He started that with two lies that were connected to truth. He said, if there is no light, there is no dark. False. Darkness, the light comes from the darkness. Okay? I'm just highlighting how people do these things. All right? I need to get to solutions, so hopefully during the question and answer part, y'all ask me what are the steps to overcome post-consciousness disorder. The only three types of people who tell the truth: kids, the drunk, and the angry, according to Richard Pryor. But I got to ramp this down, and that's just to say this. There is no valid substitute for reading, research, and study. We must know thyself to love thyself, to save ourselves. One life, one love, one enemy, one God, one aim, one destiny. Motto tip, may we continue to be a blessing to others. I look forward to your questions during the question and answer period. Thank you.
Now, Shay. Woo!
Get it, brother, black hand.
Yeah. Woo!
Hey, Brother David.
Yes, sir.
I think you did an exceptional job. I think other people think that you did as well. We want to do like a 5-minute Q&A, if that's all right.
I have no problem with any questions that come from these esteemed audience members. Kill it. Any questions, anyone?
Well, I'm going to start with what you asked us to ask. I actually, first of all, I want to say it's very powerful, but I am interested in the solutions to hear what you have to say.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, let me escape this. I like to put the stuff in writing for the sole reason that oftentimes, if we can't see it, we won't believe it. Now, this presentation is supposed to go for a little bit longer, where we deal with our SAR setting in our room and how that relates to what we're doing.
How many slides is that you did get to?
Well, I'm not going to focus on that right now.
I want to ask you so.
Oh, okay. It's about 15 more slides. But let me bring this up. All right. Now, yeah, we deal with the solutions. I don't like when people just get a good fired up word. We want to leave people with practical and pragmatic things that we can take with us to help us solve our problems. Black people deserve solutions to our problems. And oftentimes we get explanations of our problem without getting the actual solution. People who like to shortchange us tell us that the answer is the solution is in the problem. Of course, there's truth in that, right? But that's not really enough for me to work with. I need some steps. So the first thing we want to do to overcome post-consciousness disorder is take the 30-day challenge to become one with my eye. The 30-day challenge is for 30 days, you take one sheet of paper clean, so you need a notebook. You write down the 10 virtues of my eye every day. You do that for 30 days. Every day should have a new page of paper. You take one of those pages of paper, put it inside of your mirror, like in your bathroom, put it in your mirror, and you stand in front of your mirror before you go to bed every night, and you read that, those 10 virtues in the mirror. Looking your own self in the eye. You do that for 30 days. After the 21st day, you're going to notice a change. But the thing is, the way the change is going to be noticed is someone else is going to come tell you that you're different. Something is different about you. Someone else is going to tell you, not you, in that 21 days. And in 30 days, after you do that, this will become a part of your life. Now, if you're intelligent, you continue it further on. But even if you don't, it's something that won't never leave you. If you do it exactly like I just said. What is that? Get a notebook, write down the 10 virtues, the ones we read off before we begin. Write down the 10 virtues. I will control my thoughts. I will control my actions. I will have devotional purpose. I will have faith in the ability of my teacher to teach the truth. I will have faith in my ability to will the truth. I will have faith in my ability to assimilate the truth. I will be free from resentment or experience of persecution. I will be free from resentment or experience of wrongdoing. I will cultivate the ability to distinguish between right and wrong. I will cultivate the ability to distinguish between the real and the unreal. That's the first thing. You write that down on a separate sheet of paper every day for 30 days. Take that sheet of paper, put it in the mirror, read it, while looking at yourself in the mirror every night. Take a drink of water after you finish. You do that every night for 30 days. Other people are going to tell you that you're different. That don't cost no money, by the way. Create a timeline or at least two different organizations which promote communal healing through black self-love and group economics. So now you have to find a group of black people who come together and they meet and they promote communal healing through black self-love and group economics. When you create a timeline of how they began, what they started, who their founders were, that gives you a greater appreciation of someone else besides yourself. Can you delineate your economic agenda? Can you delineate your educational agenda? Can you delineate your health and wellness agenda? Most people say no. They ain't even thought of nothing like that. You don't have an economic agenda, so you can't feed your young people. You don't have the educational agenda, so you don't know what you're teaching them. You don't have a health and wellness agenda, so you can't get better. In a way that you can get better, but you can't charge it. You can't speed it up. Take the 30-day challenge once again. Learn the history of your own family. What happened in your family? How did you get to this state of Houston, Texas? Can you go backwards? You might not be able to go all the way back, but start with where you are right now and go backwards. Don't start at the beginning. Start backwards. Start where you are and then do like this. Moonwalk into success. Learn the history of your own family. You might have drug addicts in your family, schizophrenics in your family, heart disease in your family, stomach cancer in your family, bad feet in your family, architects in your family, dancers in your family, singers in your family, drummers in your family, presidents in your family, lodge builders, church builders in your family. You don't know because you haven't studied it. Learn the history of your own family. Learn the history of your primary preferred group and organization, including the critical info. You're a part of groups and you don't even know their history. You don't know what they stand for. How did they get to this point? You don't know. You haven't studied it. Learn the history of the city in which you live. Sit up here talking about voodoo and you want to become the voodoo master. You ain't even found out what's going on in Houston, Texas. You can't get first things first. Learn the history of the pre-integrationist black community and its major people. These are some of the solutions. Read the 5 books. I got a list of 5 books that we want everybody to read, and I'll give them to you in order. Obtain and practice basic financial literacy. Seek the black psychologists. Promote their work that help you learn about the mind of black people. So when we deal with each other, we recognize we're crazy, and we speak in therapeutic terms, all right? We speak in therapeutic tones when we talk to each other because we're talking to people who are mentally challenged. We become acquainted with and promote black economic scholars. James Klingman, Maggie Anderson, Amos Wilson. We deal with the folks that promote black economics. I'll show you these slides, sir. And promote black economic scholars. That way we become solution-oriented because there is no solution without black economics. No sustainable solution. Once again, always recognize that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts because that's the main problem. I'm going to let these slides roll because Queen Afu is an example of Ma'atic virtue. So that's a brief list of what it takes to overcome post-conscious disorder. And any group of people can do it. It don't cost anything up there costs a whole lot of money. Everything I said is something that we can do, that in 18 months, we can literally grow out of post-consciousness disorder. We don't have to be all scatterbrained and fighting against each other. I had to put Queen Afua up here because, one, she's a woman. But another, because she's the type of woman that seeks to tap into her own divinity. She produces books, produces works that promote health and wellness. She has an educational agenda through the health and wellness, the healing of the woman's body, and she also has an economic agenda in terms of her own products and also black people being healthy by doing things that help us stay healthy. So she has 3 pieces that she is operationalizing, implementing in her own life. She's an example, a life model of my eye. Right? This is what helps to, this is one of the things we use to close this presentation out with. And have all these images of some of her books. I like the Abundance Child. I like that model of all the hands touching the baby. Because before recently, they didn't expect one black teenage mother to raise the baby by herself. The whole community was involved. It wasn't what we have today, if you wonder why we have the problems that we have. So, in the words of Queen Afua, we become men that heal thyself, have a healthy body, create cities of wellness with our sacred women, to overcome the angry vagina, and give birth to many goddesses so that we can produce abundant children of abundant prosperity. We do Kwanzaa every year. I coordinate Kwanzaa in Jackson, Mississippi. Hope y'all might want to come out sometime, unless y'all are here at the Shake. And we end this presentation with, I will control my thoughts, I will control my action, I will have devotional purpose, I will have faith in the ability of my teachers to teach the truth, I will have faith in my ability to will the truth, I will have faith in my ability to assimilate the truth, I will be free from resentment or the experience of persecution, I will be free from resentment or the experience of wrongdoing, I will cultivate the ability to distinguish between right and wrong, I will cultivate the ability to distinguish between the real and the unreal. I hope that answers your question in terms of how we overcome those consciousness disorders.